The foundation is Queen Simba Foundation. It has its offices in the constituency of Dagoretti, where I'm a member of Power. To the reason for forming, of course, I've already said, is to look into the plight and the scourge of poverty in terms of education. The children who are not going to school, of course, we have taken a number of them. The cases, those to the extreme, those who cannot access the money from the government, especially the money give through the CDF.
Kwa majina naitwa Crisantus Osanye. Home ni Busia, kutoka Busia. Nilitoka huko 2006. Mimi sikuona babangu, na tu mamangu. Alikufa nikiwa na miaka 2. Sasa ndio tukabaki na sister yangu akakuja huko. Alikuwa ameshanipeleka Mzangari. Sasa kufika class 6 akaoleka, mimi nikabaki. Ndio nikaanza kustruggle na maisha, nikitafuta nikilipa nyumba rent. Ikafanya nihame pale juu nyumba ilikuwa 3,000, nikaenda kwa 1,500. Nilikuwa nabebea watu maji nikilipa. Ndio nikakuja nikaongea na mwalimu. Hiyo pesa ya kuna PTA nalipwa shule, kuja akaniondolea. Sasa ilikuwa mzigo.
About Chris. Chris came to this school in 2007, and I had just cleared with a class 8, and I was taken back to class 1. So I met Chris as his class teacher in class 1. In 2008, Chris disappeared. I didn't know where he went. So when we came back in 2009, the children were in class 3, and I saw Chris. You know, the other children were very excited, and they told me, "Teacher, Chris is here." I talked to him. He was not able to communicate, so I did not know where he had come from. I told him to bring his parent so that the parent can explain where he had been for a whole year. So when he could not bring the parent and he was not talking, I don't know, I got concerned and sent the other children to ask even a neighbor to come. And when the neighbor came, the neighbor told me that Chris had lost the mother before, and then also the father earlier on. He had lost the father earlier on, so he had now lost the mother and was staying with her sister.
Nilikuwa kuja kuishi na ango yangu. Ango yangu akakuja akakufa, tukabaki sisi hiyo. Na yeye alikuwa anafanya maid, akafanya kazi. Sasa ango yangu aliacha baiskeli. Nilichukua baiskeli kwa ango yangu nikaweka. Kama sister yangu alienda, nikaanza kutumia hiyo baiskeli kubebea maji kila kitu. Fanyia biashara. Hata nilikuwa saa nyingine naenda nayo shule. Naitumia kwenda shule na kurudi nyumbani. Nisiwezi time nyingi kwa barabara. Naenda kirudi jioni nafanya kazi, kuna watu huko customer wangu wako huko kwa kijiji. So tunaendea maji.
Then I learned that actually Chris had been left alone by the sister who went and got married. So when he came back, that is when he lost it. That is now when he fell sick. I think the stress was too much on him. What was he going to do about rent and all that? Now that is the time I learned everything about him and the challenges he had been going through. So what I did was to encourage him and to tell him that we are here. And the good thing is that the World Food Program had just introduced the school feeding program. So we told him that as far as food is concerned, he will be eating at school, and we'll see what we can do.
Kaunta kama Ibrahim kwenye kura zilikuwa nikaongea na yeye, akaniambia atanipeleka kwa mheshimiwa. Sasa ndio akaongea na mheshimiwa, akaniambia nipate 350 marks watanipeleka shule. Nikastruggle kisa sikuweza kufikisha, nipata 349. Hiyo moja nilikosa kupata. Ndio baada tu wakatimiza nini yao wakanileta shule.
One point aspect that I have to pursue is to get my people, my constituents, to have relatively a better life than it was before. And this one I want to enable through 3 spheres. Actually, education for their children, their health, and of course when they have, for those ones who must leave us at earlier times, that will give them a decent send-off in terms of funeral arrangement. To change a life, to take a baby into school, especially those ones who have finished Form 4 and they cannot proceed with their education in the higher institutions, and those ones in secondary schools who cannot finish their secondary education because of lack of school fees. Of course, the government has supplemented in giving around 25% from the CDF, which has also a problem of its own. The court has said that CDF is not illegal. It goes against the spirit of the devolution. Therefore, it leaves everything in the balance that unless immediate intervention is checked in to help those so bright kids, and even those ones who are not bright, but it's simply because they don't have money to continue their studies. I've taken upon myself that they have to go to school.
From my experience for the 3 years I've been in this school, the students who perform best are the ones who come from poor background, who are normally sponsored. And the reason is because they have seen the challenge from their homes. And when they come here, we normally try to talk to them because we tell them that they are making their life, and that is why they come up. For instance, like last year, the top students, they were being sponsored by an Asian foundation. And those are the students who scored the A's, and we were very happy for them. But one thing now we could request for the sponsors. They sponsor them from 1 to Form 4. When they get the A grades, they go to the university, they have nobody. So that could be our interest. When they do well, the sponsors can continue like that. So the ratio, it's like 50% of those poor students, they do well.
Target yangu ni kupata A. Nikifanya vibaya sana nipate A-. Hiyo ndio target yangu nimeweka. Kwa hivyo hata nimeanza vibaya, nimeanza na B plain, lakini najua next time nitaenda poa, nitapata hiyo A. Na ni keep working juu huku si mahali pa kurelax. Na ile max ulitoka nayo huko, ukikuja nayo hapa hiyo sio kitu. Juu sasa unafaa work sana ndio upate grade. Huku ni kusoma. Kuna vile unaweza sema ati utaguess kitu kama hujui. Nataka ni work sana. Kwanza subject niko weak, ni work ni make sure ziko zina rank. Kama ni 80 zote ziko above 80, ndio nipate grade poa.
Osanye is a good student, but we need to assess him more since this is just first term. So we need a regular checkup in conjunction with the sponsors and the teachers in charge to check on the progress of the student or the learner, as he is here for 4 years, so we have to keep the records. And since he's a sponsored student, now there are chances or occasions when you find sponsored students don't perform because sometimes they get comfortable, and then sometimes they have other issues which sponsors don't take into account, like family issues, peer pressure issues, which they need a regular counselor so that they can cope with the demands that are the changing demands of the society. So I would advise the organization to check into other factors that can make the student not perform, like drugs, family background, whether it's a stable background, whether there is violence, because that can hinder his performance emotionally and he will have frustrations in class.
Naambia kama kuna watu wasahau ile iliyopita, waganga ambao waganga yajayo, na wakuwe focused, wasikuwa kishinda wameangalia vitu za nyuma ama nini inafanyika nyumbani. Wakuwa shule, ni kusoma tu. Kila kitu ni kusoma na kuelewa na kukua na urafiki na walimu. Usikuwe ati unatengeneza uadui. Kama kuna wengine watu sijui huyu mwalimu sijui nini, hiyo hapana. Nikuwe na good attitude towards all subjects ndio uweze kuachieve.
What we advise we advise the students to be positive in life, because in a school setup we have all the rich, the poor, the average, orphaned. Also we advise students to accept their background. It's not their fault, but they can change their future if given a chance. If education and other extracurricular activities are the chance, they can change their background and they can change their future.
I have an extra coin to take care of me and my family and do my business. But because that where I've been brought up, the environment, where I've grown up, it is in a situation where it's desperate cases that I experience daily in Kawangware, in other slums. I feel for them because that's where I grew up. Therefore, I'm of the opinion that the only money, the little one, is 100 bob within our limits in terms of Kenya shillings. But in the other arenas, is like US $1. We don't need more than $1. Anybody will have to have an extra and feel that they need to help others in the society can give more. But we are requesting and making an humble submission to them to check on the price of people they are undergoing to give us that $1.
Namwambia tu asante sana, hata mimi singekuwa hapa, lakini juu ni kwa uwezo wake na ni bidii yake imefanya nifika hapa. Ningemwomba tu aendelee kusaidia hivyo, hata kama kuna wengine na hawasaidie, na mimi naomba akuwe tu nami nimalize hadi form 4 na nahakikisha nimepata ni mzuri ili nisimwaibishe kwa kazi ambayo amefanya.